Yeah.
This is
All
going to be
right.
fun. We're looking forward to the Body and Soul Expo for sure.
Oh, it is going to be a blast. I have the last expo was fantastic. This expo, we are attracting so much attention from so many different places. I, you know, you, I just can't get it all in a conversation. It's really amazing what's going on. I'm real excited, and everybody that's going to be involved is going to be super happy that they did. Hi, everyone. Bruce Starr here with the Body and Soul Expo on Saturday, May 9th and Sunday, May 10th. We will be bringing you a 2-day health and well-being expo with some of the most knowledgeable and experienced practitioners our world has to offer. They come from near and far. Washington State, Washington, D.C., Maryland, California are just some of the places they're flying in from. And on Friday evening, May 8th, you don't want to miss a world premiere of a secret type movie. Many of you have seen The Secret. We are going to be just one of 3 places doing a follow up to The Secret called Your Money Vibes. And many of the same presenters that were in The Secret are in this one. And the executive producer of the film, Jackie Woodside, will be there with us live and in person. And she'll be introducing some of the contributors of the film over live streaming. So it's going to be a fantastic night. I really suggest you get your tickets as soon as possible. One of a time, one of a kind event for North Palm Beach County. I love the conversations that we have on the podcast. It gives me and it gives you the chance to be connect heart and soul behind our vendors. And today I'm joined by the founder of the wellness group, Dr. Melinda Muscroft and Sandra Bolognia. And I can't wait to hear what both of you bring to the table today. Sandra Bolognia, welcome to the show, Sandra.
I'm so excited, Bruce. I mean, this is really a great event that we're going to partake in, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, the movie that premiere, that's exciting. I have to definitely make that. So, I want to tell you a little bit about the wellness group. It was 7 years ago at another expo. I was with a friend who had just had a concussion. And I saw Melinda there with her computer, and I knew the type of device it was from from a wearable device that came from a similar device as that. So I knew that this would help my friend. So we sat her down, and she was tested. She got a demo, and the water that was created for her, the custom water, really helped her recover from that concussion. So I wanted to schedule something with Melinda, but it was my ear related and it was too noisy for me to even tell if it would help me. So what I did, I scheduled a demo with her privately. And so while I was taking the water for that issue, something else happened with my seemed like my digestive issue, but I went over and tested. Fortunately, I could get in with Melinda right away. And as it turned out, I had polycystic ovaries and pre-bladder cancer. And so water was made for that. And a month later, I had lost 40 pounds.
Wow.
Now, polycystic ovaries are notorious, just look it up, for weight. And so people can do all the weight loss things they want, but if it's in their hormones, nothing's gonna happen. Okay? So, and I would say maybe 2 sessions after that, we were still tweaking a little bit here and there, but pretty much it was gone.
Wow.
And I don't know anybody that actually, if you go online and you look, there is no cure for PCOS, it's called. Polycystic
Ovarian.
ovarian syndrome, it's called. But if you look it up, it says there's no cure. Okay. The point is, it's gone. And anyone that I know that's had them out were cut out, right? So it changed my life. So I said, I have to do this. And so I proceeded to decide this was what I'm doing for my primary care. So I do this about 6 times a year. And and I also said, forget about my ears, work on my organs, because it's the organs that really are the most important, life sustaining. And so that's what we did. And I could tell you stories about that, but I don't want to get to Melinda. So she is so brilliant. She developed this, took a technology that she can describe to you. And instead of giving you supplements, she created an ability to create custom water just for the person that she's testing.
Wow.
And it's miraculous.
Wow.
So let's go to Melinda, Dr. Melinda Muscroft.
Hello there. I'm just very excited to share this technology with you. I thought I would give you a bit of background. Basically, I've taken 3 different people's technology and I've combined that together into one thing. A lot of people have heard of Vol, and there's a lot of Vol-based equipment on the market, and you'll see that they're going to indicate, and it's not technically diagnosing, you're indicating that a frequency is present in the body. And the Vol practitioners primarily will put people on tinctures and droppers and pills, and bit by bit they start to take those things in, and it starts to alter the frequency of the body. And so the results can be quite slow by comparison. And then you've heard of the Rife machine. And the problem with the Rife machine is you get this big fat book of numbers, and you go at it and you're guessing what number you need. You might not know you need one particular number, like a Lyme's disease number, but you don't know what else is there. And frequently when there's a problem in any body part, there's not just one little thing going on, there's multiple things going on, and sometimes thousands of things. And so you need to know all the specific frequencies that are needed to neutralize that. And of course you have no way of knowing, were you on the Lyme's disease number long enough? What other number do you need? So there's a lot of time wasted, and there's lots of things that aren't getting resolved because you have no idea that you need certain frequencies. So by combining Vol and Rife together seamlessly with a piece of equipment, you can go along to a body part. Let's say it's a place that has pain, and it wouldn't matter if the pain was from disease or the pain, like spine, there's stuff going on in the spine and it hurts. It doesn't have to be the spine. It could be the brain. It could be the knee. It could be any place. You can identify all the organisms that are present, because when anything goes wrong with the body, see, everything is energy, and you can use energy to alter energy. And everybody is thinking of the world in as far as it having matter and particles and electrons and protons and so on. But in reality, it's spinning energy. And so you can go to that place and you can identify what frequencies, and you can find the presence of bacteria, viruses, parasites, yeast, fungus, molds, lichens, and prions. Those are in the organism category. And organisms are going to, I explain, they do 2 things. They alter the terrain because they deplete something, because every organism is eating. So there's going to be a depletion of some kind of nutrient. And then it's going to excrete stuff, which is going to be left behind. So there could be calcification that's left behind because that comes off certain organisms, and that will leave the tissue to be stiff. Or there could be acid, and it would cause the tissue to burn and it would weaken. Acid breaks down tissue over time and changes the tone and the texture of the tissue, and so on and on. So every organism is there, and of course organisms multiply, and there can be contaminants there. You can go to a problem spot. Here's a common thing. You go to somebody's sinuses, they're breathing out of their mouth for years, and lo and behold, stuffed up in the sinuses is asbestos or fiberglass. And that would be like having a bunch of splinters up there. And the minute you clear that out, and yes, you can use energy to clear that out. See, what people have to understand is energy can do anything, including healing a bone quickly. You can literally go to the bone, start shooting in what it needs, and it starts changing in real time right here on right here. And it can be continued to be worked on until it's literally perfect. And there's stories of that, of football players supposed to be out for the season and they're playing the very next game, and the gymnast on a Thursday breaking a bone in her hand and competing and winning on Sunday. That's 3 days later. So literally miraculous things. So frequency can do anything. So we've got our disease items, and they're changing the terrain. Then you've got your toxins. Sometimes the toxins and excretion from an organism. Sometimes the toxin is something that you pick up, a chemical, a heavy metal. But this is where it's really miraculously amazing. And that's the invisible energy of the emotional, spiritual, subconscious. You can see when you go to, so let's say somebody's got a heavy feeling in the heart area, and you can see that there's various frequencies there, including there could be unforgiveness, and you pick that up, and that has a frequency. And it's really fun working with people that are brand newly going through grief and are just devastated with something that's happened in their life, and how you can change that and make it to where you're processing their grief quickly, all the stages of grief. And it's almost like 10 years has passed by and it maybe an hour has gone by, but they will feel happy, whole, ready to move forward and have everything in perspective and just feel like a burden has been lifted off of them. So there's just literally, you can use the equipment to do anything that needs to be done to alter anything physically, emotionally, spiritually, or subconsciously. And so you can create total transformations. Everything from, I mean, I could get into naming diseases and ones that doctors have diagnosed. And then what frequently happens, like the Lou Gehrig's person I just did recently, the doctor said, well, we must have made a misdiagnosis. And of course, because it was so altered, he couldn't, in his mind, that's impossible to alter anything. But keep in mind, energy can change anything, and everything is energy. So you can use energy to change energy. So everything can be altered, improved. And as you improve it, if you can improve it a little bit, you can keep going and you improve it till it's perfect.
Event.
Yes, we're doing demos. We're doing 10 minutes, maybe 20-minute demos. And then you can have the opportunity of, if you want to order the water formula of what we come up with what you need, because even though you'll see an improvement there, it won't hold without the reinforcement of the water, because we're only clearing it out of the meridian, not clearing it out of the body without the water.
So you'll have an
So
opportunity to get this.
yes, if you want to come and see what we're doing, see it, try it out, just look at what it is. And we're not able to do full appointments. Let's say somebody has horrible headaches and you go up there and there's a whole lot more going on than what they're even aware of. And we're able to reduce it a little bit in 10, 15 minutes. If we kept working, we could take it down to zero. But we can't do that in a conference setting, but you can get a little taste of what we're doing. And it's very exciting. Just open your mind as to what could be done, because actually anything could be done, and we could tell stories all day.
That's for sure.
I am blown away by you two and your stories and your skills and abilities. I mean, the people that are going to be at this expo are just mind-bending. I'm so impressed, Dr. Melinda, with what you do and how you do. Where are you located, by the way?
Well, 3 locations: West Palm Beach, Florida, Cape Coral, Florida, and then Columbus, Ohio. But there are practitioners across the country that we've trained.
Wow.
And I'm in West Palm Beach as well.
Beautiful. It's interesting. People are trying to get us to do an event out by Cape Coral, so we might talk to you about that event as well. So,
that'd be fun.
With what's going on with the Friday night before and all the things that are going on, it's too much even to talk about now, because there's so many people that have gotten interested in the expo. And thank God, because we sure did put out a lot of energy for a year, and now it's all starting to come back, which is really wonderful. So when people come to your booth, they can get a 10, 15 minute process with you.
Yes.
Correct.
There'll be two of us there testing.
Beautiful. And you might need some more people because, it's a 2-day event. And at the last event, what you would have heard was people didn't have a chance to go to the bathroom. They didn't have a chance to eat. Didn't have a chance to sit down. And so be prepared for that because,
Sounds
this
fun.
podcast, one of the reasons why I do this podcast is to make you superstars before, and rock stars, I should say, before the expo, because I hope each of you will get this out to everybody that you know on your mailing list, and that by the time this event happens, you'll have a waiting people in line waiting to see you because what you've talked about just sounds spectacular. I'm very excited. So, I know you guys are going to be speaking. Who and what will you be speaking about?
Well, we'll both be speaking at similar to what we're doing here, and maybe Melinda will give you a peek at what some specific organisms do and their behavior.
We'll be talking about the root cause of every disease. So once you sort of start to understand that a particular organism has a certain characteristic, and even though diseases might have all these crazy names, you'll see once you start to understand how the property of a particular organism, how one particular thing can be around the body and will do similar things, but it ends up being called different diseases as you move it about the body. And it's very enlightening, and you start to understand that everything is caused by something. Something is going to be some energy that's there and how it's altering the terrain. And then it starts to make sense as to how actually it's very simple to resolve.
Yes, the same organism, different places of the body creates a similar tissue, but it's called a different name it's a different disease every place in the body. So Melinda has that information for us at the top.
This is incredible new direction. And it's the future. The three of us know this energy
Correct.
and light and sound. This is the future. And you guys are going to be at the forefront of this. And I give you so much credit, Dr. Melinda. I think it's just great. How long have you been at this now?
About 32 years
Is
I've
that
been
all?
doing this.
Just
Well,
32 years?
okay.
Okay.
And I've been doing it 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've had enough practice at this to knock it out into the home run for what you're doing here.
Right.
That's
Yes.
great. That's great. So any other parting statements before we go? Sandra?
Well, please stop by, say hello. We may have some surprises there at our surprises for you to try at our wellness group booth. So hope to see you then and stop by and hear our talk.
I would like to say to get your hopes up that if you have an unresolved issue, it is possible to get a breakthrough and to have that totally resolved. Even though it's maybe somebody's seen many, many different practitioners, there's a way to do a breakthrough with it and create a resolution and a healing.
So just so I got this straight, how many steps does it take to go through?
Well, it would depend. Some things, let's say you were talking about that there was a tumor the size of a grapefruit. I've seen that resolve in under a half an hour, and I've also had to work on something like that in 80 hours. So it's going to be somewhere between that. So it can vary drastically because in some cases the ingredients are simple and they melt like butter in a frying pan, and other ingredients are stubborn and it's very meticulous to neutralize the whole thing. So you can't, it is what it is. You just get going on it, and then if you get it 20% better in 10 minutes, then you can do the math on it and pretty much figure that out. But if you put an hour into it and you've gone 10%, that gives you a formula for how long it's going to take to resolve.
And every individual is different. And not only that, every person's going to have an emotional, spiritual, and subconscious factor in
correct.
every single issue.
Well, I'm very excited that you two have accepted Lorin and I's invitation to be a part of this expo. I think you're going to have a wonderful experience there. And thank God everything is going smoothly, everything is going well. And thank you for being on the podcast. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to, getting to know you. Sandra, we've kind of known of each other for kind of a long time now, if I'm not mistaken, through the
Yep,
holistic health connection.
correct.
And now, Dr. Melinda, you're a new friend and a new member of the Body and Soul Expo family. God bless you too.
It's going to
Keep
be
up the
fun.
good work, and goodbye, everybody. We'll see everybody soon. Take care now.